In the previous episode of Adventures in Trucking with Indiana Jack.
Well, I'm tired of waiting here, so according to them, the load hasn't even crossed over from Mexico yet, so I'm not going to wait here all day. There's another load 20 miles from here going to the same place. It's closer to my house, so it's a better load for me, and it pays more. So I'm going to go over there and get that and screw this place. I think they're lying, and they don't know when the load's going to cross over from Mexico. So I've wasted 4 hours here. I'm not going to sit here anymore. So let's get out of here and go over to the new place. Now, instead of hauling broccoli, we're going to haul avocados. They're both green. So let's head over there to the new place and get that one picked up.
Our story continues.
Yeah?
What do avocados taste like?
Oh, they're kind of bland.
Can we get some?
Sure.
You need a pickup number?
Ticket?
What was that?
Do you have an empty scale ticket?
No.
You don't need one for this load.
Oh, okay, well they didn't say that.
Yeah, can you get me one, please? Take this sheet, fill it out, bring me both things.
Okay. You guys don't have a scale here?
No, sir. Put it out.
Oh, okay. That would have been a good thing to know first.
Yeah.
Do you want this now or then?
No, you can bring it back. You still take it.
All right. All right, they want me to go way first. How stupid. I used to have to do this at night, but I haven't done it in like 10 years. If we would have known first, I would have stopped at a truck stop and got a scale ticket first, rather than coming all the way here and then going all the way back to a friggin' scale. By golly, I just got a green light. Been here 3 hours and they finally finished loading me. So let's go lock her up, seal the door. Okay, we slid our tandems back.
Tandems are two rails that run underneath the back of a trailer. The rails consist of holes which hold the axles in place by 4 separate pins. There are actually a few reasons why trucks have to slide their tandems. The most common reasons are sliding the axles forward or backwards to adjust the height of the rear of the trailer. Another common instance is adjusting the weight of the load so that it is balanced on each axle.
And we're going to go over to Love's now and make sure our load is all balanced out. And there's a guy from the office, he keeps calling me. I don't know why he has to call me, so I'm not going to answer. People always want to call right when you're maneuvering or doing something. I sat there for 3 hours and nobody called me. I was so lonely, and now I try to go and this guy's calling me. He'll just have to wait. Dang, do I sound grumpy today? It's not, I'm just hyper, I guess. But that's true about nowadays with phones. Since we don't answer our phones, people call us right when we're doing something. I could be driving through 6 miles of desert, lonely as a roadrunner, and then right when I stop and I'm backing up and maneuvering, somebody calls. He wants me to send BOLs. The guy that I'm talking about. See, I think everything should be texting. There should be no talking on the phone. Because it's so much faster. This is a heavy one, I can really tell. So let's see what kind of nightmare Loves says it is, and hopefully we can balance it out on our axles. This scale is so, this area does so much heavy loads that this Loves actually has 2 scales. I think the ones in California do too. The TA and the Petro there both have 2 scales. If I'm not mistaken, there's other ones that do too. We're gonna have to jack the seat up on this too. And we haven't done a weight delivery in a while where I show you the scale and all that. We'll do that this time, because I do get a lot of questions about scales. So let's get on this scale and ask them to weigh us.
First, where do we wait?
First weigh.
Tractor number?
154.
154?
154. Did you get it? Hello? Well, he didn't answer back. Well, I'm hoping he did. All right, well, we weighed, and here's our weights. We're right on the line here. If we go 12,000 here, we're over, so we're good there. We're over here by 260 pounds, but with the fuel we'll be burning off, we should be okay, and the back's okay, and that's our total. We're right on the edge. They wanted to squeeze as many avocados on this truck as they could. So let's go. The rest of the day is easy because it's the driving part. But we've been waiting for 10 hours, so we want to get a little driving in today anyway. So let's get out of here. At the Loves near Corpus Christi, Texas. Drove just enough to get out of South Texas. And then the next 2 days we'll do 600 and 600 miles. And that'll get us right into Plant City, where we're going in Florida with our avocados. I'm still hoping they give me some. Good morning. We're here in Beasley, Texas, getting DEF fluid, diesel exhaust fluid. That's what that stands for. And if you ever changed a baby's diaper that peed, that's what it smells like. I mean, a really strong ammonia smell. And so don't ever get your nose down in there and breathe in, because it'll clean your nostrils out. We've been going through some fog this morning ever since we woke up. But it'll probably start to burn off now that the sun's coming out. Diesel exhaust fluid, which I've never really talked much about it because Old Red didn't take that. It was, never had to buy it before, but now I do. It's a part of the after treatment here on our trucks, which helps to make them burn cleaner air. So having a reefer, you have three things to watch. Regular diesel, of course, and then diesel exhaust fluid, and then your reefer fluid, your reefer diesel also. My emails, I get asked 10 times a day if I like iShift. Yes, I like iShift. Yes, I like iShift. I don't know how to say it any more clear than that. I've been saying it more, but people still keep sending messages. Do you like iShift? Yes, I like iShift. And we'll be going through our next big city, Houston. Hopefully we're early enough to miss all the hysteria and traffic there. It can be nasty approaching Houston from the south.
When I'm not washing trucks, I'm watching Adventures in Trucking with Indiana Jack. Stay tuned.
We're in the famous Bow Bridge, Louisiana. And we have 173 more miles to go to our final destination today, which is Gulfport, Mississippi. Did I mention I like I-shift? I like I-shift. I haven't made that well known. It's a very hot day. It's in the upper 90s anyway. Now we just have to get through Baton Rouge. And through the 12, and then we'll be home free. I pulled in there to that fuel island, and every single one of the spaces was full, and then I waited, and then I pulled into one, and then wouldn't you know, a guy pulled in right behind me when everybody else was there longer than I was. So, and this was a big stop for me because I did get fuel, and he wasn't so happy about that. That's always how it is, though. And of course, everyone else left, and I was the only one there. I see that Pilot has replaced all the signs here. All have the new logo. They look excellent. I'm having hard a time keeping the reefer exactly at 38 degrees. If I set it one down from, if I set it at 35, it keeps it at 37. If I set it up to 36, then it makes it too warm. So I got to keep playing with it. It doesn't keep it exactly at the temperature they require, which avocados, I guess, need to be kept at 38 degrees. Up here, we're going to be going by the Tiger truck stop. And, you know, the Tiger died of kidney failure. So now they have a Camel. So it's, for all of my Middle Eastern friends, we have a Camel up here at a truck stop. Can't stop today, but we'll get some shots of the Camel, which will be easier to see than the elusive Tiger. I went there probably a dozen times and never did see the Tiger in there. So eventually we'll see the Camel. I don't know if they're going to change the name of the truck stop to the Camel truck stop or what. One note. I get several email messages whenever I'm holding my arm like this of people asking me, why do you hold your arm up on bumpy roads? what I'm doing is holding myself up to help brace my back more, so that I don't feel the pounding of the road. I thought that was very clear, but people, I don't know, maybe they thought I'm not sure what they thought, but that's why I hold my arm up. I'm holding myself up on the bumpy roads here in Louisiana. So let's continue our trip on to Florida, and then tonight only Mississippi.
Crossing border, entering Florida.
Well, good morning from the panhandle of Florida here in Pensacola. We are checking the temperature of our avocados this morning, and also the fuel, to see how much fuel that we have, make sure that we're all good there and everything seems to be all right here in the panhandle of Florida, Pensacola. I have a friend named Hunter, and he always says, why don't you ever film in Pensacola? Because that's where he's from. And I always say, well, one, I'm always here at like 4 or 5 in the morning when it's too dark to see anything, and then also because there's really not much to see here. But then I think, well, maybe there is more than what I thought. I mean, there's beaches and all that, but I can't get the truck to the beach. But I noticed in the rest areas, they have the Blue Angels featured. And when I was just a little kid, before kindergarten, my dad would take me and my 2 other brothers to the El Toro Marine Base in California, and we would see the Blue Angels perform there every year at the old El Toro Marine Base in El Toro, California, which doesn't exist anymore. And so that was my first exposure to the Blue Angels, and if you've never seen them perform, they're just a great they put on a really great show. If you like jets and stuff like me, you would really like it. So that's what this area is known for. They're housed right near here at the Air Force Base, and they are from Pensacola, Florida. It's a great place to vacation. I have a house trailer. I should bring it up here and spend some time. I'm sure I could find a lot more to see than what we see here on the interstate, which is usually just a lot of tourists and stuff. But, you know, it's a good part of the state, just not interesting to trucks, because they have one truck stop right there, which I went there once and it was so small that it's just a Circle K truck stop. Not worth seeing, not worth visiting. But you have one truck stop, the Loves, where I always go, which is 70 miles from here, or the Oasis truck stop, which is 10 miles back. And that's where you would have any kind of truck services here in the Pensacola area of Florida. Thanks for riding along with me. I'm Indiana Jack, and we're continuing on our trip of delivering avocados from the south of Texas. Degrees, right in there. So if I set it at 36, it stays at 38. So it's about 2 degrees off. We have made it all the way to Ocala.
In a quarter mile, turn left on State Road 326.
No, we're not going to that Love's. Man, it looks packed. That Love's is absolutely jam-packed. This pilot I go to is usually not full, so keep your fingers crossed. And if it is full, the one across the street, the manager there, she said, "Oh, we always have plenty of spaces," so there's always that one. So I don't know why one is full and one isn't, but one has a Wendy's and one has an Arby's, and I think Wendy's is more popular, but I don't know. What do you think? For a topic of discussion, would you rather go to Wendy's or Arby's? To be honest, the one across the street is easier to get out of than the one that I'm going to, but I like Wendy's chili. So that's what we're having, by golly. The last time I said I was going to Wendy's for chili, one of you guys said, "Well, did you know that the hamburger in a batch of Wendy's chili is from the day before's leftover hamburgers?" I don't know if that's true or not. Two of my closest friends, Steve and Penny, both worked at Wendy's, and they told me that 30 years ago. You know what? No, I won't. I parked right there the other night. Right where that white truck is. Wow. It looks fuller than I thought. But not completely full. And if you're like me, you're noticing those clouds. And I looked at the weather, and yes, we're in for some storms here tonight. So we'll have to look at that further. We're heavy enough so it doesn't bother me, but that guy is idling with his windows open. Now that's good. It's a good way to freshen the air, I guess, outside. But I also noticed his truck is Great Wide Dallas Mavis. Now that name Dallas Mavis, it means a lot to me. That's the reason I got into trucking. I'll explain that some other time, but I didn't even know Dallas Mavis was still around. Here in Ocala, Florida. Well, it's been a good day, all in all. Avocados are riding good. So, time to close out today. We'll see you in the morning from Ocala. And we'll make it the rest of the way in. All right, we have arrived here in Plant City, Florida with our avocados. Probably bound for companies like Publix supermarkets, Winn-Dixie, Walmart. I'm just guessing. I don't know who really gets them here in Florida, but we're here anyway at this Del Monte distribution center with cold avocados, although not frozen. And we have to back down this alley. Oh my, look at those trucks. Well, we'll just back in around them. Flashers on. Lunch. But he said to back in any door that's open, so that's what we're doing. I think he said that. He didn't speak English, but he managed to communicate that part. after the avocados are unloaded here at Del Monte, then they're taken by a truck, a separate truck, a local delivery truck, to your local supermarket, wherever it might be here in Central Florida or wherever you live. That's the story of avocados from the trucking end.
You don't cook avocados.
Oh.
We're going to be going by Tony. Let's do it again. Oh no! How stupid! Oh no! This stupid camera, you push go and it stops. It gets out of the software. I hate GoPro. Their software sucks. All right. We've arrived. Okay, action after horn, 2 camera shoot, and all that.
All right, whenever you're ready.
I haven't even done anything. Oh gosh, that's awful. Oh my gosh.